Hello everybody and welcome into the SFA Season 20 Week 9 BearCave games. We are well on our way to the road to conference championships, back for another week of SFA action. It's going to be a good one. We've got a great game day coming up in the SEC. A lot of crazy results. How about 62 being put up on Texas State's Dome? As always, you can watch those games over on our YouTube channel. And as always, this is the SFA. If you're new around here, it's an online dynasty ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can jump in anytime. You can claim a team, set your playbooks, recruit in the Discord, and build your way to a national championship. It's a lot of fun. Links are in any of our descriptions. You can check us everything, highlights, and all that over on our YouTube channel. And if you want even more content from the SFA, participate in those watch parties, you can check out patreon.com/the SFA. But yeah, as always, we're going to do BearCave first, then we got game day, then we got recruits, so it should be one heck of a day. It's Elite 8 day. How about those brackets? This would be the first time ever I pick all of the Final Four, the championship, and the champion correct and cannot win. That is complete BS. I'm still alive for the women's bracket, still one of the 3 finalists for the Eliminator, and as always, a lot of home field apparel merch on the line in those, so make sure you use code SFA at checkout if you're checking out their stuff. But as always, BearCave is upon us. It's the 10 best games of the week. We jump in sim to the end. If it's a good game, we'll watch it live. If not, we'll just keep on going. So we're going to start out today with Arkansas State and North Texas, a critical divisional matchup. It's most likely going to be one of these two teams, probably the winner, that goes up against probably Texas State in the CUSA Championship. It's probably going to be a one-bid league. Actually, now that Texas State has been slobbered, it's definitely probably going to be a one-bid league. So Arkansas State and North Texas, this is our first bet of the day. Make sure to participate in the predictions. We haven't gotten a lot of participation in these the last couple of weeks. Make sure to put those Bobanas on the line. It's the best way to earn raffle tickets, where you can get the reward player at the end of the season. You're not going to get tickets just by holding on to those channel points. So make sure to participate. So who are you rocking with? Are you going Ark State or North Texas? And Yam and Hamberto Reyes on the clock. Get those Bobanas going. And we are off for week 9. We got Fine here, Dogwater, Dakari, Weary. Yeah, I can still get the 100K if Michigan wins it all. That's correct. But I'm looking for at this point, I'm looking for either the women's win for the reward player, or the prediction, or the eliminator reward player. That 80 overall quarterback to take over for Day Night. All right, so here we go. We're going to jump on in. I don't see Trevor Lee in chat, so we're just going to jump aboard the road team here. Arkansas State, North Texas, live and in color. Another week of SFA action is upon us, baby. Let's get her going. Let me turn on the game volume. So you got to go against where the money's going, buddy. So here we go. North Texas, the generational duo. Looking like they're going to try and make a run at this division. Maybe get themselves into the playoffs. Hoji Stadium, the Denton Fatties are alive and well. We're going to go heads and kick as always. Arkansas State, the alma mater of Chet Doge, the second best wide receiver of all time. So North Texas starts with a field goal, touchdown Arkansas State. Yam and Ham, we'll see what they can do here in the second quarter. It's 14-3. They got to respond, and they have just not done anything. It's 21-3 at half. They add a touchdown right before the break. They need a quick score here, and they don't get it. End of the third quarter, still down 11. Nothing doing in that quarter. Remember, we can only jump in if it's a one-score game. It's currently 2 scores. Literally no scoring here in the second half, and they finally get it. The 2-point conversion is no good. So we'll see, can they get a stop here? 21-16. They need to use the timeouts. It's a handoff up the gut. He's going to get the first down, and that will likely end the game. One more first down will do it. That is true, Dogwater. First and 10, handoff to the right side. This time they're blown up in the backfield. So currently 5 points. They can give up that field goal and still have a chance. So definitely not over here for the Denton Fatties. Second and 10, offset eye, handoff right side. He's pushing and down he goes. Charlie Conley on the tackle. 3rd and 6, game officially on the line. Red Wolves looking very good so far. Trips to the right-hand side. The snap, it's a screen to the left, and they blow it up. Great job by the defensive end getting out there. The misdirection fooled me in the booth, but not them on the field. So to take a 8-point lead, 36 yards from left hash. They're going to let the clock run here down to under a minute. So North Texas, regardless, will have 50 seconds in a dream, no timeouts. Yam and Hamberto, we'll see what they can do. But will they need that 2-point conversion? The snap, the kick, and it is no good! Harris pushes it wide right. So now a touchdown will win the game here. Yamberto Reyes and Hamberto Reyes, number 5, top of your screen, the generational duo. Legacy moment here. The snap for Yam. He dumps that off. Broken tackle, gets out of bounds. Clock stops for now. Yamberto, not the best day, only 50% passing and 1 touchdown. Ham, top of your screen yet again. The snap. They bring a blitz. He yams it down the seam. Hits his man. They're across the 50. It's Patrick Reynolds. I think this is the last remaining D-Sleep transfer. First and 10. Can they do it again? The Denton Fatties are upon us. He yams that. Caught by Ham, and he gets 9, but the clock runs. They got to hurry it up now. His 5th catch of the ball game. Just didn't run that quite fast enough. 30 seconds. They got to dump this, and they do. 29 seconds left. 3rd and 1. They are in range. Third and 1. The snap. Yams this right side and caught again. Ryan Curtis, they're inside the 20. Yamberto putting on a clinic. Yam and Ham, can they finish it off? 19 yards away. 25 seconds in a dream. The snap. It's Yam. Over the middle. Dropped! That would have gotten them inside the 10. It was perfectly placed, and the tight end just whiffed it. Mike Handy too busy giving himself a handy to catch the damn ball. Isolation, top of the screen, it's Ham. Yams it deep. Caught in the back of the end zone. North Texas takes the lead. What an adjustment by Patrick Reynolds. In the 2-point conversion to go up 3. The generational duo does it again. Floats it, caught, not going to get it, so a field goal will win the game here for Arkansas. but it's a little bit too late, and those are the only 2 catches for Patrick Reynolds on the day. The yam down the seam and the touchdown pass. They'll have to return this one quite a ways. Stiffies one up to the 31. They'll have their chances. 2 plays, maybe 3. Can Arkansas State shatter the dreams of the Denton Fatties at home? 1st and 10, trips to the left-hand side. Over the middle, it's caught. He's pushing. They're now in yam range. 6 seconds. "60 yards away. Can Nick Clark throw it in the air? The snap. He yams it deep. An absolute moonshot. Lands about the 10. It's caught, but no time on the clock. North Texas wins the game. Unbelievable. Just 10 yards shy, and what a back shoulder throw by Yamberto Reyes, the generational duo. And that is going to be a North Texas outright victory to start the day. They now control their destiny in the division. 47% of the money put on the Fatties. And what a final drive by Yamberto Reyes.
Thank you for attending today's ball game. Please drive home safely.
Arkansas State almost got it back. They needed just maybe one more play. They could have gotten a timeout off. And what a catch from Reynolds on that one. But the back shoulder throw does it again. The safety never saw it. That's one of those, if their heads turn, they won't react, right? That's part of the new game logic. And what a catch there on the moon ball. Still don't know how he brought that in. Boom, boom, ba-da-dum, boom, 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 ba-da-dum, boom, boom, boom. All right, what a football game to start the day. No touchdown for Ham. Nick Clark, 17 of 31, 231 in 2 scores. Oliver had 152 in a score. Pearson had 5 catches for 78 yards. 8 tackles, 3 TFLs for Neal, 1 sack for Neal, no picks. 2 deflections for Ellis, but no forced fumbles. And for North Texas, Yamberto, 22 of 41, 339, and 2 touchdowns. Norwood had 66 yards. Curtis and Norwood and Ham all had 5 receptions, but it was Patrick Reynolds who saved Christmas. Arnold, 11 tackles. 4 TFLs, no sacks on the day for this defense, no interceptions, clean game from both ends. And that will do it. What a way to start week 9. Well, looks like we got a sub from Phi. I didn't see. Thank you, Phi. 29 months. Can you believe it's almost been 2.5 years since Phi started his Texas State journey? Incredible. Time has definitely flown. We're almost to 6 years of SFA madness. Unbelievable. All right, here we go. We're going to move it along. And oh boy, what a game is up next. We're headed to the Big 12, where Coach Florida Man takes on Texas Tech. It's a 7-point favorite for Pizza. Let me know what jerseys you two guys want. I know Florida Man said he wants as much purple as possible. So we're going purple versus red. think white, that's technically the most purple there. How does Slime not have purple pants? What are we doing? He says purple tights, so I guess we'll stick with that. And then Slime wants all red. All right, pizza, and also heads or tails, kick or receive. Heads and kick, all right. So let's jump on into the game. Here we go. Can Pickleman take down? This is a critical cross-divisional game for Texas Tech, trying to stay in the hunt for the division, but also he's on the bubble, on the back end of the bubble right now, trying to keep pace with Oklahoma State, which we'll see a little bit later. So here we go. Heads and kick for Texas Tech. Kansas State will start with the rock here. And we are off in Big 12 action. Quick strike for Kansas State. Oh, what a play. Can they do it again? Defense holding strong here for Kansas State. Not a good start for Tech. And no score there. And now they respond 7-7. Very defensive matchup. Don't think we were going to see this today. 7 all at the break. Texas Tech unable to really do much here on the offensive end. And they get a safety, and then they're stuffed. Can they score after the break? It's going, yeah, and they get the field goal. So Kansas State hasn't scored since the first drive of the ball game. They take the lead, can't get the 2-point conversion. So here comes Texas, and there's a turnover, and then a turnover right back. It's Delmar Wyckoff. Oh, what a play for Delmar. What a game to start the day. What on earth is even happening here? And oh, they get all the way down inside the 20. So here we go. Texas Tech can take the lead here. 13-12. Head Pickleman. They're going to let the clock run a little bit. Don't want Kansas State to get this ball back. 13-12. The snap. It's Pickleman. Delay give to Roro Bierman, and he goes down. Clock continues to roll. Kansas State not using the timeouts here. Interesting call by both sides. Minute 20 on the clock. Pistol form. The snap. Oh, triple option for the pickle. Gets it out to Roro. And what a tackle by Cillian McGregor. We've watched this team quite a few times this year. He has not been known to tackle well in open space. So 3rd and 6. 13-12. Handoff to Roro again. He gets the first. What a call from Texas Tech, taking it out of the Pickles' hands and giving it to row your boat. So now a yard away, a minute on the clock. Can they take the lead? Yes, they do. Touchdown, Texas Tech. And they're going to go for 2 to try to make this a cover. But Kansas State will have a minute and 2 timeouts. Plenty of time for Skippy Bella. So the 2-point conversion, delayed handoff. Roro does not get it. So currently a no cover. So Florida man will get his chance. We saw a legacy drive from the freshman Yamberto Reyes. Can we see it from the freshman Skippy Bella? Down by 5 yet again. Touchdown to take the lead. I feel like 19-18 would be a scoregami as well. So can we see a legacy drive here from Skippy Bella, Zakara Sparks? Trips to the right side. It's Skippy over the middle. It's caught, and they're going to take their first timeout. Atticus Mumpfield. You can't get 5-yard little dink and dunks here, and they're going 5 wide burgers and fries. The snap first, Skippy. He yams to the corner. It's caught. What a play. Of course it's Zakara Sparks. The Baylor transfer coming up huge this year for the Wildcats, as they're fighting for bowl eligibility. They now are in yam range here. 4 wide, 4-man rush. He yams it deep left side. Has a seam. Oh, what a hit. Oh, my God. He knocked the ball loose. That would have put them in prime time possession. The safety coming up with the absolute massive hit. Mullins could not hang on. 45 seconds in a dream now. It's Skippy over the middle. It's caught. That's a first down and a lot more. Mullins coming right back. Bounce back from that massive hit. They're across the 50 now. 40 seconds left. Motion man. Skippy. He takes off. He got to get that first to stop the clock, and he gets it. Not known for his speed. But Skippy Bella does it again. They're inside the 30. It's not looking good for Texas Tech. And the defense hold. Yam over the middle. It's caught. It's Alec Brown. They're at the 10. 23 seconds. Here comes the Wildcats. 20 seconds in a dream. Skippy Bella has time. Dumps it off Zakara to the end zone. He's short. He's short. And they're not calling their timeout. They're just going to hurry it up. Can they get this off? They're not going to even get it off. Oh, my God. Kansas State loses it at the inch. You can't be serious. Texas Tech bailed out. Oh, that's so brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Thank you for attending today's ball game. Please drive home safely.
Disgusting way to lose. Did Kansas State think the clock stopped? I don't know. Absolutely brutal. They call it a game of inches for a reason. So that is a Kansas State cover at least. But holy Toledo, what a game. What a finish and a brutal end for Coach Florida Man against his arch rival. Ed Pickleman goes 20 of 41, 258 and a score. Row, row your boat gently down your dome, 87 and a tutty. He also was the leading receiver. Burton had 91. Bolt and Halaban did literally nothing. 3 TFLs for Doty. 2 total sacks. Gino Page getting in action. Colin Oliver, he's the one who forced that incompletion. Cannot believe they didn't just frickin' call the timeout. I guess they thought the clock stopped. But Skippy Bella, the freshman, 22 37, 256 and a pick. Zakara, 152 and 2 scores. Mullins had 78 yards. White and Oki, 4 TFLs for White. The sack for White. Pick for Chaz Harris. 2 deflections for McGregor and no fumbles. Just a sickening way to lose here in the SFA. 18-13 is your final. Unbelievable. Game perhaps of the day. And that is a Texas Tech no cover for those of you guys scoring at home. And we move on. We're going to stay in the Big 12 here in another critical, this time divisional game, as it's Iowa State and Missouri. Now, Iowa State technically not out of the hunt. This team will not die. But Missouri can dig them a grave here today. So 4.5 point favorite for the Cyclones. Just the sure roster talent, of course, always going to give them the edge over these other teams. Can Decorian Thunder save Christmas? So if you're here, OK State, let me know. If you're here, Schwartz, let me know. They're battling for a telephone. Pizza, I don't think you have a right to be complaining. You just got bailed out so badly. 5-2, bailed out in the rivalry. You would have been 0-2 versus Florida, man. You would have literally never let that down. All right, so we're going to jump on board with Iowa State here. So here we go. Get those Bobinas going. Not a good year statistically for Iowa State. When is the last time we saw them not in the top 10 in points? And we've got rain in Columbia. Of course, Decorian Thunder always bringing the juice. So heads in kick per usual. Here we go. 2-4 Iowa State trying to get back into bowl contention. 7-0 start for Mizzou. And oh man, this is not looking good for Iowa State. What is wrong with them this year? 14-0. Same thing for Iowa State and Alabama. Just down years for these great teams. 24-3. The Cyclones are officially broken, folks. 27-3. It's a splattering. Oh, wait a second. Maybe not. 27-22 in the blink of an eye. Of course, they have the talent. Sometimes they can put it together. Here they come. Can they take the lead? They get the first and touchdown. Iowa State takes the lead. Oh, but it's picked. So Missouri now on the ropes here. They've got to score, and they got to score in a hurry. And they do. So 35-27, we're going to jump into this game, of course, as well. All the way out immediately inside the 15. What in the world? Iowa State has figured out the offense. Cleat to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Keaton Culver. So in the blink of an eye, Iowa State back on top. And just OK State just can't get over this hurdle. As now we got a tie football game. Decorian Thunder legacy moment incoming. Remember, they just got the commitment from Gavin Grayson, the son of the greatest quarterback of all time, Garrett Grayson. So 35 all, of course.
Reset, cut right. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Four wide for Decorian Thunder. The corner blitz dumps this one off. First down. This is an absolute critical win for Missouri if they want to keep going. And there it is, Decorian Thunder, the all-time passing leader now for Missouri. Passing Chase Daniels of all people. I remember growing up watching Chase Daniels at Missouri. I hated Missouri when they're in the Big 12 with Colorado. What a throwback. 5 wide. Mizzou over the middle. It's caught again. Broken tackle, and he gets the first, still on his feet. Terrence Maddox. What a play from Terrence. 400 yards on the day for Thunder. They're at the 50. Remember, all they need is a field goal here. The Corian over the middle, caught again. This could be a drag route to Taj Beamer, the SFA player, and the clock will continue to roll. Clock not much of an issue right now as they have all 3 timeouts. 5 wide. Thunder has time, yams it deep, left-hand side, 1-on-1, almost intercepted. Risky business, throwing against one of the best secondaries in the country. Going up against Kari Mickens and Jacoby Parsons. 3rd and 7. Dumps this one off again, has to get over the middle. It's 4th down now, so decision time here for Thunder. Are they going to punt it, or are they going to go for the win? They're going to decide to punt, so you got to really hope that they can pin them deep here. Unique call, and they're not even going to let the clock run. Interesting. And this just goes out the back of the end zone. So Iowa State with a chance to win the game outright here. Minute 5 on the clock. 2 timeouts, plenty of time. 4 wide for Cleat Peppers. The snap. Yams that one, hits him deep. It's a big play up to the 50. Tavares Anthony, the veteran. His 9th catch of the day, and they're already in yam range. Almost 500 passing today for Cleat. The snap now for Cleat. He has all the time in the world. Yams it over the middle. Another big play. Johnny Burton. Going back to the well of vets. Already in fringe field goal range. Just moving it right down the field here. Not looking good for Missouri. Cleat yams it deep again. Another catch. It's Kenton Culver. And a school record here for Cleat. Passing Kiko Strong. We're breaking all the records today. The quarterbacks who have played for this program, that is incredible. Kiko Strong, Kirko Squatch, and now Cleat Peppers is above them all. So 1st and 10 for Cleat. Broken tackle for Dougie Mellons. Oh, what a move! And now at this point, if you're Missouri, you might just want to let them score. Preserve as much time as possible. And they're not. 17 seconds left. The snap, the handoff. It's Dougie Mellons. He doesn't get in there. Timeout from Iowa State. A yard away. They're not kicking the field goal yet. So still a chance for Missouri. Handoff to Mellons. Touchdown, Iowa State. They're going to walk this one off. So now a cover currently for Iowa State. 42-35. So Missouri blew a massive lead. Unfortunately, this might be the end of their at-large hopes. Letting Iowa State back into the divisional race, at least for the moment. 2 seconds and a dream. What play call do you have if you're Decorian Thunder?
Here we go. Tight right.
71 yards away.
3 down.
The snap for Thunder. He steps up. He yams and hits. He throw. It's caught. Or not even caught. And there it is. 000. Iowa State will cover. What a comeback here. Cleat Peppers record-setting day in the rain. And another tragic defeat here for Mizzou. Big 12 coming down to the wire. So that's this result really helping out Colorado, helping out Oklahoma as well. This is one of the more intriguing divisions so far in the Power 5 this year. So you have 4 or 5 teams all capable of winning it.
Thank you for attending today's ball game. Please drive home safely.
And the telephone goes to Ames, Iowa. So now both 2-2 in conference. Bum 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 bum. Alright, let's get through some of these games. This is going to be a slow-moving BC today. So 42-35, but look at that. It was a 24-3 game at least at one point. 27-3 game, and they blew it. A blew 24-point lead. Cleat Peppers, 30-53, 5-12, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Dougie Mellons only 42 yards, but he got the game-winning score. 2 gentlemen over 100 yards. Mellons almost got there. On defense, Schoner led in tackles. 3 TFLs for Bowman. The sack for Cole. No picks. 3 deflections, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 recoveries. And for Missouri, 28-49, 407, 2 scores for Thunder. Maddox, they got a lot of running from multiple guys, but nothing amazing. Hunter over 100 yards. Smith with 10 tackles. A lot of TFLs. They had 3 sacks on the day. Like, they had this in the bag. Juan Cena even got a pick. A lot of deflections, but they just couldn't come up with anything else. Tough pill to swallow there. For those of you guys betting at home, that is a Iowa State cover. Tough loss there. But we move on. So next game on the docket is a big one. It's Big Booty Indiana, Big Booty Bloomington taking on Ohio State. Talk about Nathan, man. The math doesn't appreciate Indiana, but they are still looking good. They have a chance at this division, and they have a chance at a at-large bid if they can keep on winning. It's a 10.5-point spread here for Ohio State. So who do you think survives here? Are you rocking with Big Booty Bloomington? Can they continue to compete and swing much above their weight class here? Nathan, let me know. Okay, you want kick? See what happens. Ohio State taking on Indiana. Critical game in the division. There's 4 teams that can win it right now. Ohio State, Indiana, Michigan State, and Penn State. Chance at a new look Big Ten with Michigan kind of falling off. Ohio State not being as dominant as they've been the last couple of years. The Rock, we're here in Bloomington. Big booties everywhere. Can Nathan get a critical win? He's going to kick. Can Tamara Kaywood and this offense save Christmas? 5-2 versus 4-2. Can Indiana pull off a miracle? Down 7, but they do get a safety. 14-2, stop the count. That would be Scorigami. Touchdown, Indiana. What a big play. 21-9. They've got to keep They got to keep in range here. Still a 2-score game, unfortunately. Can Indiana score? They can't. They keep getting chances. Got to score there, and they do. 28-19, though. They're not able to get a stop on defense, and they can't score there. So 28-19, can they find a way? It's a fumble recovered for Indiana. Can they score? No, they can't. Well, one play at a time. Remember, folks, you cannot jump in, and it's a 2-score game. Here comes Big Booty. It's 3rd and 7. Can Indiana get the ball back? Trips to the right-hand side. Isaac Osborne. They're going to run some clock here. A stop would get Indiana a chance. Yamin dumps it off. First down, Ohio State.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. High five, baby. High five.
Isaac Osborne, 19 of 31, big day. So now Indiana has to use those timeouts, and they have to force a field goal. 4 wide. Can Big Booty get it done? It's a keeper for Osborne. Up the gut, and he gets the first again.
Not over here.
Last chance for Indiana. A touchdown will win the game for Ohio State. Looking like another no cover here. The snap, handoff, up the gut, runs over 2. Mike Houston, what a hit. So if they can hold them, there'd be about a 10-second difference in clock for Indiana. Assuming there's no incompletion. Handoff right side, Houston to the edge, and he doesn't get there. Big tackle by Adam Johnson. 3rd and goal. Game officially on the line. There's a chance that they could just end the game right here, but it looks like they're going to throw the ball. Massive chance for Indiana if they force an incompletion. Looks like Ohio State is going for the win, going for the jugular. So 3rd and goal. What is the call for Ohio State? They will throw it. 4-man rush. Isaac Osborne yams it. Caught! Touchdown, Casey Jones. So now an extra point to go up by 2. We'll see if this works. They need a missed extra point in the worst way. It's good. So it's currently a no cover. We cannot watch. We got to see if Indiana can get a score here. Interception, that will do it. 35-26 in Ohio State no cover.
That's the end of the game. The final score is
So Indiana plus 10.5.
35,
Congratulations.
26.
Yeah, it's a little early in the morning for me, fat boy. But 35-26 is your final. Ohio State gets to 6 wins. Indiana drops to 4-3, but they're still well in the hunt for a bowl game. Remember, folks, the 10 bowl-eligible users that are not in the CFP will battle for reward players in the bowl season. So 2 no covers here. Bum bum ba-da-dum bum bum bum. So 35-26 is your final. K-Wood goes 273, 3 interceptions on the day. Not a good day for the freshman. Kevin Moss couldn't really do much on the ground. Wright had over 100 yards. Sanborn had 53. On defense, 9 tackles for Ward. He had 3 TFLs. Sack for Andy Winston. No interceptions. No deflections. Forced fumble for Britson Holtzclaw. For Ohio State, 20 of 32, 278, and 3 scores. Mike Houston, 58. Bert Rouge led the way. Remember, we got that tip catch last week to knock off Iowa. 4 TFLs here for Smith. 2 sacks for McCoy. 4 total sacks. Of course, the 3 total interceptions. Deflection by Sean Flowers, and no fumbles. So 35-26 is your final. And we move on. Next game. Here are your players of the day. 2 SFA players here for Coach Nathan. Just could not quite get it done. So Ohio State, no cover. All right, so we move on now. We're going to go to the ACC, another cross-divisional game. And Maryland trying to get back into contention, currently undefeated in conference. Back into contention for the division and the playoff. Miami, of course, also on the ropes here. So this is a 6-point Miami favorite. We'll see if they can finish them off. Miami -6. Remember, guys, got a massive game day coming out of the SEC. Arkansas and Georgia a little bit later. Can Maryland get it done? They've looked good since the start of the season when they kind of choked. Miami, the favorite. Papa Smoke, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. Eisen, let me know what jerseys, of course. So here we go, Maryland and Miami. Why do you say that, Bob? It's as long as the favorites win. Because you guys are forced to pick unconventional teams at this point. So I really got to hope I can hit my guys. My plan is working as long as there's no massive upsets. Like Tennessee winning kind of screws me. Not really, though. That actually helped me a lot. So here we go, Hard Rock Stadium. Yeah, I know Schwartz is pretty much dead because he's already picked like all the 1 seeds. So here we go. 3 points for Miami. $10 points. Maryland can't score here in the first half. 17-0 is Maryland getting blanked here. They get 3. 20-3 right now. Can Miami keep it? Maryland not looking good. 27-3. Oh, man, not a good showing here for Maryland on the road in the rain. They need a desperation here. It's over. 34-3. A splattering of Mizzou. It's a cover for Miami. Thanks for coming out. Holy Toledo, what a game here for Miami. What a response. Did I say Missouri? I am off my rocker today, man. Pharaoh Flom, 16-31, 92 picks for the freshman. CeeLo Gold, 58 yards. John Jefferson, 7 of 80. Robinson, 14 tackles, 5 TFLs. The sack for Corey Rogers, no interceptions. 3 deflections. And for Sycamore Crowdis, not even a great day for him. They just kind of dominated in every facet. Joel Hayes had over 100 yards. Spreading the love on defense here. 2 sacks for Gillette. The best a man can get. Williams and King both with picks. 3 deflections. Forced fumbles, and that will do it. 34-3. Domination of the Terrapins. It'd be funny if I win my own gift card for once. I've never won one of the home field gift cards. So I'm hoping I can win the Eliminator here. And maybe the women's bracket. That'd be great. That's a Miami cover. And we move on. So now we got the Patreon game of the week. It is Coach Mike taking on Coach KJ. Number 10 in the nation with Tevin Crumpler taking on the Beavers. And KJ here, it's a 14.5-point favorite. Not good when you see the wiggler on the screen there. Are they going to cover 14.5, or is Oregon State going to save Christmas and shock the world? Get those Bobinos in. Mike, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. KJ or Mike, if you're here, let me know jerseys. Yeah, let's get these Bobinos rolling in. It's always more fun. Good shout, Bob Toledo. I wish I could bet on these, but... Wait, I wonder if I can here. Oh, no, I can't. Streamers can't predict on their own channel. Boo! I wish I could, like... I thought I could, like, give you guys more money if I just put, like, 5K in there or something, but... Alright, I don't see either coach, so we're going to jump in with Coach Mike. Yeah. Well, we got the #1 defense in the nation. Hold the phone. So here we go. I could get my Topless Cuddles account going and put it in Let It Watch, but then I'd need a second device. Because I have BearCave up on my phone, so I know the schedule. And I know the spreads. All right, here we go. Heads and receive is what he always wants. Coach Mike, receiver of head. Here we go. Riser Stadium on the road. Cross-country travel here, middle of the year for Georgia Tech. Not really nice on the schedule, but Oregon State not looking strong early on. Georgia Tech up 10 early. 17-0. It's currently a cover. It's 24-zip. The Beavers getting blanked at home. Build me a dam, because Georgia Tech is dominating. 38-7. We're just going to go to the end of the game here. 45-7, nothing to see. Georgia Tech splattering the comp. Jeez Louise. Georgia Tech domination 45-7. This team may just be for real. Is this finally the year of the Yellow Jacket? Tevin Crumpler, 20 of 27, 288, and 3 scores. Blanket Chip, Stebbins, Crumpler, all getting involved. McRae, 123 and a score. Schlongbaum, cooking. 2 TFLs for Ware, 2 total sacks. No picks. 3 deflections. The forced fumble for Von Ware. And for Oregon State, Kavion Combs, 13 of 33, 175 and a score. Cash Nichols, under 3 yards of carry. Not how you want to play this game. 2 guys with 10 tackles, 4 TFLs for Ken Walker. No sacks on the day. 1 deflection. And no forced fumbles. So the cover for Georgia Tech, a bit of a splattering, if you will. We'll pay you guys out here, the minus 14.5. And now we're on to the main event of BearCave, the best games of the week. That's a Georgia Tech cover. Remember, guys, we got recruits coming as well after the stream. USC and Washington, the pick'em game of the week. Critical cross-divisional game they always are, but this one will eliminate one of these teams, likely from a chance at an at-large bid. USC and Washington. Coach Flame taking on Damian Chambers. Both coaches have a national championship. Who wins? You going with USC or are you going with Washington? Get your predictions in. Flame, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive. So here we go, USC and Washington. Chance to really make a statement here to the nation, break into the top 25. Both these teams firmly on the bubble. Washington currently projected in the field. USC on the bubble. I think they might be like they're currently slated for the Citrus Bowl, based on TC bracketology. So here we go. Pacific Northwest action. Husky Stadium. Heads and kick for Coach Flame. And Washington wants to receive. Oh, baby. Damian. 7-0. Quick 7-7. We got a good game brewing here. 14-7 for Wash. They respond 17-14 now, 21-17, going back and forth, bar for bar, yam for yam, bullet for bullet. 24 for Washington, they tie it up, we're tied in the fourth quarter. 31-24, can USC respond? A fumble for a touchdown, a scoop and score. Disaster here for USC. It's now a 2-score game. They've got to find a way, and they do. Now can they get the ball back here across the 50? They desperately need a stop.
Mike, 6. Let's go. Red 18. Red 18.
Washington can win this game with a first down. Bo Bullet. Transfer quarterback from... Oh, he hits the bubble. A quick one. He tripped. The player tripped. They did push him out, so they don't need to use the timeout yet. But, oh, man, that is brutal. Remember, a first down wins the game. But even more so, a field goal will push this game out of reach as well. Now, handoff, a missed play. USC just not looking crisp today. Jackson Gamora makes the play, the SFA IGR. But Washington looking good. Bo Bullet here. Hand off to the left side, up the middle. That would have ended the game, but Bruce Beers makes the play. Brother of Bryce Beers. 3rd and 1, game officially on the line. Can USC save Christmas? Handoff, up the gut, first down. Brutal. So now Washington can just fall on it. But it looks like they're going to run a real play. So USC, can they make the play of a lifetime? They got to force a fumble, and they don't.
Loss of 1 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
So the difference in this game is a scoop and score in the fourth quarter from Washington. Brutal way to lose unless they save Christmas on this play.
Ready. 59 Philly.
The snap, the handoff. He has to force a fumble and they can't. They'll have to snap the ball one more time. Will they just sit on it? No, they're running a real play yet again. USC will get their chance here. Handoff. Gotta force a fumble, and they don't. Triple zeros. Washington will win outright. Congratulations here to the Huskies and Coach Damien. Washington with the outright W.
The final score is the Huskies 37. The Trojans
Big day for Bo Bullitt, 31-52.
today's ball game. Please drive home safely.
Former Michigan quarterback. Washington undefeated in conference. It's looking like Oregon and Washington set to collide for the division. Oregon coach Chum Toad having a great year, 6-1. Not getting a lot of national recognition. Pac-12, a lot of their teams had tough starts, but they've rallied of recent. Still have good 4 teams. USC, Stanford, Washington, Oregon, of course. So let's take a look at the stats. Scoring summary first up. Core bets, the SFA IGR, couple of big plays, and that is your game winner. McNair with the scoop and score. Cannon 20-36, 246, 2 scores. Nelson and Cannon, 181 for Nelson. Beers had 11 tackles, 4 TFLs for Clark, 2 sacks for Clark. No picks. A lot of deflection chances. For Washington, Bo Bullitt, 31-52, 423, and 4 scores. Manning only had 81 yards. And Griffin core bets, the SFA IGR, 180. Today, Gaillot, only 4 catches for the junior. 2 TFLs for Hart, no sacks. Pick for Robinson. 3 deflections, the fumble for McNair, and he recovered it in the end zone. It's 37-31 is your final. Washington with the outright victory. I don't think my BearCave's looking too good. Not sure. So Washington, outright victory. All right, now we go to the Big 12. Oklahoma State and Colorado currently leading both divisions. If the season ended today, this would be the Big 12 championship game. So who you got, Colorado or Oklahoma State? Undefeated, 6-point favorites. Colorado shock the world here. Oklahoma State still has Texas, Texas Tech, and Texas A&M on their heels here. So Coach Fed, heads or tails, kick or receive as always. See what we got brewing. Tiny hands, Kenny Pickett. Super Bowl champion, Kenny Pickett. Still got 2 big games on the slate for BearCave, and then a massive game day, Arkansas and Georgia. So here we go, Folsom Field. A road game for the best quarterback in the country here, Victor Ross. Can they keep the offense moving at an incredible clip? Torrey Archuleta, Croker's legend. Here we go. 6-0 versus 5-2. Quick strike for Colorado. Colorado having a legacy run this year. 7-3. 14-3 early. Oklahoma State on the ropes. The offense just not clicking here for OK State. They're down 15. Oklahoma State, can they finally find the end zone? It's 21-9. Down 2 scores, they do. Can they do it again here? No, they can. A 3-and-out. We're going to watch this game play out here. Currently a 5-point game. And they punt it. Can Oklahoma State find a way? We're going one play at a time here. 4th down. We can't jump in quite yet, and they get the first. The drive continues. It's 3rd and 1. Across the 40. Oklahoma State down by 5. The handoff to the outside. What a block there to spring them for the first down. Cedric White has 135 yards. Not sure why Victor Ross hasn't been throwing it today. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. Down by 5. They've not led for a second. Broken tackle. Runs over a couple. And he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Colorado having one heck of a defensive game here. Holding them under for a carry. 2nd and 10. 90 seconds left. Undefeated season on the line. Victor Ross will drop back. Dumps this off to White. He has some room. Breaks 2 tackles and gets the first. What a play from the running back. Victor Ross, the highest overall passer in the country, having a horrific day. But they can still win the game. Handoff to White. He cuts inside. He gets 2. 15 yards away from taking their first lead of the day. 1 minute on the clock. Time a non-factor right now. Tight end in motion. Quick option. Floats it to White. He's gotten every single touch here. And they're going to need a touchdown. So 3rd and 10. It is not automatic here for Oklahoma State. 8 of 21 on 3rd down. A horrific offensive performance. Can Sped save Christmas? Ross, yams, end zone, and intercepted! What a play in the end zone! They have 2 timeouts. It's still not quite over, but Colorado, massive win if they can hang on. TJ Nuke. TJ Nuke may win a division, folks.
I'm on. Mike 2, Mike.
1 first down will end the game.
Go 4.
Handoff to the fullback. And they are forced to snap the ball here. So they will have to punt it, but the punt looks like, unless this is a drop, it looks like the punt will be the last play. So Oklahoma would have to return the punt for a touchdown. Handoff here. No, he gets the first! Albert Reddick does it! And Colorado is gonna knock off undefeated Oklahoma State here at home. Colorado with the outright victory. Unbelievable performance here for this defense, holding the best passing offense in the country to 16 points. Triple zeros, there it is. 21-16. TJ Nuke, in his senior year, it's looking more and more like Colorado has eyes for the division. Three and 1 in conference. I think they're now 4-1. Not sure if that counts it. Yeah, because there's no loss for Oklahoma State. 4-1 in conference for Colorado. They have 3 games left. And that is Kane with the interception. I think he won a Thorpe a couple of years ago. You've seen him get a pick 6 live on stream before. And Albert Reddick, what a play to win the game. Tough way to take your first loss of the season, and that just lets Texas and Texas Tech hang around. So Big 12 not going anywhere on either side. So Victor Ross, 18 of 37, 199. One pick. 134 and a score. Pope with 76 yards. Shackelford, SFA player, 3 TFLs. No sacks on the day for the defense. 2 picks, 1 for Torrey Archuleta, Croker's legend. And the forced fumble for John Butler. TJ Nuke, 13-25, 129, a score and 2 picks. Does just enough. Albert Reddick, 116 and 2 scores. A lot of guys with a ton of tackles. The sack for Mike Butler. Pick for Charles Kane. 2 deflections and the fumble for Brian Jones. So I'm interested to see how the Big 12 standings are holding up here after this game. That definitely could happen. I mean, Oklahoma State, miracle run to start the year. They weren't in talks of winning the division. They liked their quarterback, but tough way to lose here. Is Colorado with the outright victory. See if Oklahoma State can go back to the drawing board and win. So they'll fall out of the top 10 more than likely as we move on. Clemson and NC State, another team shocking the world this year. NC State beating Florida State, 3-0 in conference. They could pretty much eliminate Clemson from at-large conversation. The Textile Bowl, 2-point favorite here for NC State. Can Coach Airborne get her done? Can Poppy Showtime save Christmas? It's finally Poppy Showtime's time as a senior. He hasn't gotten a critical injury. He is having one heck of a season. So, Coach Airborne, if you're here, let me know. Kick or receive, you are the home team. Yep, Poppy finally showing up. Right as you recruit his replacement. Top 14 offense this season. The 5th best rush offense with Cedric Tuffy. Can they do it again here at home? We haven't seen NC State in the playoff for a couple of years, where they lost to Clemson. Or no, they lost to Ohio State in the opening round as the 8th seed. So here we go. That was a double overtime loss as well for NC State. Remember that game well when they had the Heisman winner out of nowhere. Their backup running back winning the Heisman. So here we go. 6-0 for NC State. They start with a 7-point lead. They're moving the ball here, and they score up 10 early. Number 2 in the nation for a reason. 17-3. Clemson on the ropes at halftime. They get a stop. Can they score? No, they can't. NC State also can't score. Still a 2-score game as we approach the 4th quarter. NC State scores again. Looking like this game is out of reach. The defense putting on a master class today. They get a late score. Can they get another one? You can't jump in unless they score again, and they do! So NC State up 7. First down to win the game here. Hand off to the left-hand side, and he falls for 9. A first down would end it. Who's going to get the inch? Poppy or Tuffy? 2nd and inches, it's Tuffy, and he gets it with ease. NC State should hang on. The dream season continues for the Wolfpack. Poppy Showtime taking a knee. Poppy Showtime on the year. 8 rushing touchdowns, 640 yards. Will they run a real play? No, they won't. They'll stay safe here. We'll have to do one more snap. Uh-oh, running a real play. No, not like this. Please, Poppy, do not throw a pick. Okay, they hand it off. No fumble, no fumble. Whew. And there it is. NC State for the cover. Congratulations, NC State. 7-0. Atop of the ACC as it currently stands. Right now, the ACC Championship is a collision course for NC State and UNC. So we got one more game on BearCave. Another big day for Poppy Showtime. But the main event, it's happening twice today. Illinois and Iowa. And the SFA stakes are a little bit lower than real life as trip to the Final Four on the line. But nevertheless, #1 in the nation, Illinois. Taking on Iowa, who's desperate. Hanging on by a thread to their playoff hopes. Forget the Big Ten back-to-back-to-back-to-back. All right, so let's check the stats here. 2 late scores made it close. But Poppy, 370 on the day, 2 scores. He didn't really run the ball much, but Cedric Tuffy over 100 yards. Jones with 156. Decker with 7 tackles, 2 TFLs for 3 different guys. The sack for Grizzly Oars. No picks. Some deflections and no fumbles. For Clemson, Pat Scott, the senior, 246 and a touchdown below the Concepcion line. Macaulay, 90 yards. Taylor over 100. On defense, 2 different guys with 11 tackles, 4 TFLs for Fred Davis. He had the lone sack, no pick. 2 deflections. The fumble for Tony Coker. And that will do it here. NC State stays perfect, but we did lose one perfect team. OK State goes down. So I think, are we down to 3 undefeated teams? No, I think there's 5 undefeateds. Yeah, there's still 5 undefeateds because Georgia and Fresno are both still undefeated. So pretty late in the year for us to be having undefeated still, but normally we don't. NC State with the cover here. And here we go. The main event of BearCave. Cam, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive, and what jerseys you'd like. And Iowa, 4-3, not the year they want. They could still crawl their way into the playoff here, but they gotta win out. The SFA not running through Iowa this season. We're taking a turn and going to Illinois. Illinois, they've had injury issues all season, yet they're still here. They're still undefeated. This is an Illinois minus 2.5 point favorite. And they take down Iowa. Get those Bobinas in. Here we go. The Beanie Babies taking on the Hawkeyes. Iowa has kind of played down to their opposition this season and played up against the good teams. So, more maybe of a mental issue going on. And Illinois surviving a 4 overtime classic with was it 4 overtime with Michigan State last week? An all-timer game. So 7-0. Can they get to 8? Remember, 9 wins in the Power 5 is probably going to get you into the playoff without some horrific losses. Illinois almost there. So here we go. Heads in receive for the Beanie Babies. They want the ball, and they're going to score. So here we go. A preview of the Elite Eight coming up. Illinois strikes first. So bet Illinois first basket tonight, folks. 14-0 for Illinois. Not looking good for Iowa. 14-7. They tie it up before the half. We're all knotted up at the break. 21. Oh, Iowa strikes twice! Oh, Iowa! Not like this. Oh, no! 21 unanswered for number 1. It was 35 unanswered, actually. 42! Number 1 goes down in the blink of an eye. And Iowa takes back what is rightfully theirs. 42-28. Can we see the back-to-back pull it off? Back against the wall, the Hawkeyes come up huge. Lance Kelly had a big day, 303, 4 scores and a pick. And Malik Phillips only 100 yards for the Heisman favorite. James Greenway Stratton had decent days, and on defense, Gilliard played. He had 12 tackles, 4 TFLs, no score, no picks, 4 deflections. Iowa coming back with a vengeance here tonight. Miguel Eller, 30 of 42, 403 and 4 scores. They finally got the offense fixed. 100 yards for Dash Dixie, your reigning Heisman champ. 3 touchdowns for Johnny Pippen, 168 yards. Thornberry had 8 tackles, 3 TFLs for Thompson. The sack, the pick for Elton Hawk. 5 deflections, the forced fumble for Johnny Hines. And Iowa takes a 2-score lead over Illinois. So that just means Illinois is going to win by 1 million tonight, Cam. Don't worry. You had to sacrifice the undefeated season to go to the Final Four. So, Iowa with the outright shocker. Congratulations. So that will do it for BearCave here today. We got a game day coming up, a massive one at that. As always, though, before we get on out of here, we are going to preview Week 10. Remember, folks, it's the last week before you can repeat on game day. So Texas State, Wisconsin and Purdue, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Florida State, Maryland, Texas Tech, that's a big game. Indiana, North Carolina is an interesting one. Nebraska, Northwestern, Illinois, Minnesota. That's a critical game now. With the loss, Minnesota could take their division lead right back. Iowa State, Kansas State, NC State, Georgia Tech might be a massive game. Stanford, Washington looking good. A lot of big games next week. Oh, baby. Week 10. Looking entertaining. Oklahoma, Colorado for the division lead. Syracuse and Pitt for the division lead. Hell yeah. Ohio State, Penn State. Hell yeah. Siri, shut up. Oh, look at these games, man. Next week is a banger. Holla. All right, folks, so that will do it for Week 9 BearCave. We'll come back here in about 5 minutes for Arkansas and Georgia. Oh, baby, who's going to take the prize? We'll see you then.